Hello financial investors and welcome to the channel. My name is Brent and today we are going to be doing our Monday buys here today on April 13th, 2020. We're going to go ahead and cover stock futures, some of the news that is out there affecting the current upcoming market here on Monday. And then we're going to take a look at the M1 Finance Roth IRA account. We are going to make an investment here this Monday. I have not decided on what stocks I'm planning to currently buy, but I do have them specifically set out in my spreadsheet as to which stocks I would like to buy during this downturn if the opportunity presents itself. So with that said, if you are brand new to my channel, have not yet subscribed, I would really appreciate if you do hit that subscribe button below. If you have any comments or questions at any time going over this video, the stock market, dividends, anything at all, drop it into the comment section below. I do read and reply to all your comments. And of course, if you do enjoy this video, find it helpful, entertaining, definitely give this video a thumbs up. And let's go ahead and get into the video. So right now, the market had been moving higher due to the OPEC deal, but the current sort of change in the market is that they're going to be cutting down on production of oil. And while it may seem like that's good, there's already so much oil out there that it may not really affect the market positively, even though they may have came to a deal. So we can see here the headline: oil prices move higher after the OPEC deal, while global stocks slump ahead of a big week for data. So it's kind of an interesting article here. And this is where we are going to see the effect of all these companies currently being closed. So let's go ahead and make sure that these videos are paused. And I can't remove it, but that's fine. I don't have any audio playing from anything that kind of pops up. So oil prices have kind of improved due to the deduction or the cut of production between everyone sort of agreeing and coming to a deal. This is where I believe USO, the oil ETF, will probably shoot quite a bit higher into the future from today. I know we covered it in our weekly recap of where oil was trading around $4, $5 for the ETF. I do believe that may go back up into those $12, $13 range into the future. Plus, if you have any oil companies such as Chevron, Exxon, and a few others out there, those are the two main ones that I kind of look into myself, those may benefit from the current cut of production of oil. So, and then we have earnings kind of coming up where we will see the main effect of what has taken place during the sort of quarter here in 2020. And let's go ahead and get into the video here. So as far as the Monday market, S&P futures are currently in negative. We can see the S&P is down roughly 1.32, the Nasdaq down 1.34, and the Dow Jones down 1.37. Last week we had some amazing gains. All the indexes were up over 10%. You know, we can see the S&P. This is showing a 5-day performance of 12.10%. The Dow Jones 12.62%, and the Nasdaq up 10.59%. So quite a bit moving off those lows. Now overall, the M1 Finance account is now positive with the use of those dividends. If it wasn't for the dividends this time in the market, this portfolio may still be negative, but because we have 2 years, 3 months within this portfolio where those dividends have been paid out in this account, and those dividends have been reinvested into the account, buying back more shares, which increase dividends. You know, the earned dividends that we've made in this account now offset some of the losses that we've taken here in the short term, and we're now positive by roughly $465.49. But that is not the main focus of this account, as this is going to create tax-free passive income after 15 and a half, where all these companies will pay a dividend, which I will just be able to transfer out into my bank account 100% tax-free, and that is where we are going into the future with this account. It's now producing over $1,000 in dividends just now after 2 years. So in another 4 years, it'll produce 2,000 or more because of the dividend reinvestation. I don't know if that's a word, but the compounding effect of dividends. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 1 week performance now. We had an amazing week here. We can see a nice 13.39% gain, kind of keeping up with the markets and somewhat exceeding them. So we can see we did put on a nice gain there, putting us back in the green for the week. Now, some of our best performers this week, we made a risky buy on Monday, putting $200 into Tanger Factory Outlet. That had been down massive. This one went up last week, roughly 58.64%, followed right behind by Simon Property Group and all my other REITs, Main Street Capital, WB Carey, Essex Property Trust, Realty Income. Every single one of my REITs in the portfolio is up from 25 to almost 60% just last week alone. Now, followed right behind, we had positions such as Stanley Black & Decker, Cisco Corporation, which is a new position I recently added into the portfolio, Avery Dennison, ABM Industries, and so on. We did have one negative stock last week, and that was the Waco Group, down 2.27, whereas everything else was pretty much positive there on the week. Now, if you watched my last Monday's buy video, we went over investing $800 into 6 companies. We had Cisco Corporation, ticker symbol SYY, Tanger Factory Outlet, ticker symbol SKT, Main Street Capital, ticker symbol MAIN, McDonald's, MCD, Chevron, CVX, and Realty Income, ticker symbol O. So between these 6 positions, we put in $800. So as far as what we are going to be doing this week, and we also had dividends get paid out in the last week. So the last week was the 6th through the 10th. So we had Walmart paying out $3.50, and we must have covered these dividends in our prior video, but we can see Walmart paid out last week, and I believe we're due to get paid out some more dividends this upcoming week. Okay, so as far as what stocks am I looking to buy? Well, everything was green last week, so there wasn't really any recent opportunity that just kind of popped up out of the blue. So there are still a few positions here. I've kind of labeled them out. I believe I'm kind of missing Waze here, and that's another one here. I forgot to add at the bottom Waze and how much I'd feel comfortable investing in this company. So I'd still want to pump this up to about $800 of my cost basis. So I'd feel comfortable with Waze at another $300, and I'll just kind of go ahead and make the format the same on these. Okay, so last week we made our 6 buys. We purchased Chevron, $100, Main Street Capital, $50, McDonald's, $100, Realty Income, $150, Cisco Corporation, $200, and Tanger Factory Outlet, $200. So this basically goes down to 0. Cisco Systems goes down to $200 that I want to continue to invest. Realty Income goes down to $150. McDonald's goes down to $300. Main Street Capital goes to $50, and Chevron goes from $200 down to $100. So these are the new positions, the new equity that I want to get invested into these. And this one's essentially gone, where I'm not going to be adding any more currently into Tanger Factory Outlet. So remove that. Now, 3M. This one, I probably wouldn't want to put too much more. I'd probably do, say, we'll just make it $80 or $70 there to kind of put it over that $900 threshold. AT&T, this one's actually not at $800 or $900. I feel pretty comfortable at this moment putting about $120 into it. So these are the positions that I've kind of set aside, went through my portfolio, and that I would want to be buying more of during this downturn. If this persists into the future, I feel pretty comfortable holding these companies, that they will not cut their dividend, or if they do cut it or suspend it, it won't be cut or suspended. Definitely once they get back on track and begin making revenue, net income, then they will reenact their dividend and continue paying it to their shareholders. Okay, so now the next thing here that I want to look at is putting these currently, we are in the month of April, that's the 4th month. So we have ABM Industries here paying out or going ex-dividend in the 4th month. So I would want to open up ABM Industries. We also have AT&T coming up on ex-dividend here in April. We have Cisco Systems. I believe Cisco Systems is that one positive currently? It is positive currently in the portfolio. So while I would like to buy it, it may not be the best opportunity. I didn't check these other ones, so I won't know if there's a 1, 2, 3, and then see if I can put a filter on just these. I would have to turn off my other filter. Oh no, I could do this here. No, that would attach them all together. Either way, never mind. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and highlight my 14710s and my every months, and I'm going to go ahead and change them to we'll just keep them blue for at this moment. So ABM right here up at the top, it is currently positive by 13.32. It wasn't positive the other week, so I did buy into it. Now it's currently positive after this last week change. AT&T is currently negative by 10%, so AT&T will be one that I'll kind of focus on, plus is going ex-dividend sometime here in April. We have Cisco. Cisco is currently in the green, but it could swing into the negative if we go into some sort of a downturn. EV, that one's coming up ex-dividend, and it is currently in the red. We have Main Street Capital. Main Street Capital is right on down here. It is now positive. It wasn't positive by quite a bit. I believe it was negative by 50% at one time, so this one's been swinging really hard. We also have Realty Income that is also positive. This is a new position recently. It's up 22%. Pays out every month at a lock-in yield of 6.03, paying out roughly a little over $3 every month, which is really nice. And we have Cisco Corporation, ticker symbol SYY, and this one is positive by 8.3% currently. Okay, so those are the ones that are going ex-dividend in April. Now, of these, we have AT&T and Eaton Vance. So this is the process that I go to. The reason I'm kind of showing you my process, because if maybe you're looking at your portfolio and you are trying to decide what stocks in your portfolio are worth investing in here currently, this could be a good way. This is my method of checking them out. So ex-dividend wise, this one went ex-dividend on the 8th. This was last Wednesday for AT&T, so I kind of missed the boat on AT&T. And on Eaton Vance, if we take a look here at dividend.com, this one should go ex-dividend towards the end of the month. So I'm going to go ahead and leave Eaton Vance in my upcoming buys. Now I'm going to go ahead and look for May month. So I do have 3M up at the top. 3M is currently negative. It's I'd be willing to invest another $70 into 3M. So I'll go ahead and pull up 3M. I'm going to go ahead and highlight the 5th months as well, and I'm going to make these into a green. So we have Chevron. Chevron I know is currently negative as well. With the oil getting sort of signed, I'd really like to invest in Chevron. Probably get some rebound there. J&J, it was negative the other week. It's now positive, so we'll wait for that one. It could go negative here in the future. We'll kind of see. McDonald's is now positive. It was negative. And Pfizer right there is currently negative. So there we are. We have 4 positions pulled up. We have Eaton Vance, asset management company. We have 3M. Now 3M is currently offering a roughly 3.95% yield, 61 years of continued dividend growth, and they have a payout ratio of roughly 70%, and that's pretty decent for a conglomerate. They are offering a lot of the masks that are currently being sold in the stores and many other thousands of products that they have under their belt. And this one is going to be going ex-dividend roughly May 23rd. We have Chevron offering a 6.12% yield. Payout ratio is extremely high. This is probably incorrect, or maybe it's correct because of their earnings having dropped due to the current OPEC, but with this deal kind of going through, we may see kind of this get corrected. They've been growing and paying out dividends for the past 34 years. They do have a high risk of cutting or suspending their dividend, but for the time being, it's a long-term hold. Even if they cut their dividend, I will continue to hold it just because in the future, they will probably reenact their dividend. It's just an oil company. They generally pay out those dividends. And this one goes ex-dividend in May 16th. Yeah, May 16th. And we have Pfizer. This one's probably the company here that has the least amount of growing and paying out dividends. This one has 10 years of growing and paying out dividends, has a 4.39% yield has a decent payout ratio of 59.45%, and this one is going ex-dividend. It was down here towards the bottom. It should go ex-dividend early in May, on the 9th of May. So basically it'll go in the order of Eaton Vance will go ex-dividend, followed by Pfizer, followed by Chevron, and followed by 3M. Now those are the four positions I'm going to go ahead and put my capital towards. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and pick Eaton Vance. We're going to go ahead and pick Pfizer, should be right down here. Pfizer. We have Chevron, and we have 3M up at the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and put $70 into 3M. That'll basically max that one out where I want it. Chevron, I could put $100 into that one and feel comfortable. Eaton Vance, I'll go ahead and put the 150. And Pfizer, I'll go ahead and put 100. Now that totals 420. Now in the account, we only have $245. So basically, I will have to have most of this. I'm going to go 35, 50, 75, and 50. And let's see where we are at. We're at 210. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these figures where they're at. I'm going to go ahead. I feel oil should benefit really nicely here. This is at 210. We have about $35 more to put towards a company. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up to 70, and then I'll put the remaining into 3M. So that is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to go ahead and move that out of the way here and go into the portfolios. We're going to go ahead and start with CVX. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my all, sort this by my negatives because these are positions that are all going to be negative in here. And we'll go ahead and start with Chevron. We're going to go ahead and do a buy of $70 and confirm the buy. Next, we're going to go ahead and go to Eaton Vance. So back to the Roth IRA portfolio, look for EV right there. Select buy. We're going to go ahead and put $75, continue and confirm. Next, we're going to go ahead and go back to the portfolio, select Pfizer. We're going to go ahead and put $50 towards Pfizer. And that leaves us with the last one, which is 3M. Let's go back to the portfolio and let's go MMM, this one right here, and we'll go buy sell. And this one we can use the remaining amount. We have $195 of buy orders. Available for order is $165. Interesting. I think this is, oh, I have a pending deposit. It didn't go off on Friday. I see. So actually we can go back. We're going to have another $115 put into this account. So I will do $70 into 3M. And that's going to leave me with a little bit more, so I can actually go back. This, I thought they, I have a deposit every Friday. It deposits $115.30. I had assumed it had already been deposited in the account, but with Good Friday and the market being closed, the financials did not move the equity into the portfolio. So I'm going to go ahead and look for CVX. This one currently has a buy order of 70. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this. Yes. And buy sell. I'm going to go ahead and just make that a straight 100. And then I'm going to go ahead and select Pfizer. And I'll fix this one as well. Cancel this. Yes, cancel. Buy sell. And I should have Let's see, yeah, $100 and confirm the buy. And now if we look at the details, go back to the invest, go to my pending upcoming deals. So Eaton Vance, we have 75. We wanted, I think that's what we had wanted it initially, maybe 150 or so. 70 into 3M, that's what we wanted initially. Chevron, we wanted 100. We did put in 100. We wanted Pfizer, we wanted 100. We did put 100. So the only one I didn't put in where I wanted it this week was Eaton Vance. So I'm going to go ahead and go back, select EV, cancel this one, yes. Select the buy. We have $90.64 available for that one, and we wanted to put 150 into Eaton Vance, so that gives us the opportunity in the future to continue to dollar cost average into that one. And there we go. So now if we go to our pending buys, we have $360.64 going into the market, and they're going to be buying these in estimates. And this is going to include the upcoming deposit that is scheduled to hit the account on Monday. When the market opens, the account should get funded with $115.38, and those 4 positions should get bought in the account. So let's go ahead and update my notes. So 3M is 70, Chevron is 100, Eaton Vance is 90.64, and Pfizer was 100. And I'm going to go ahead and have these. I've updated these right here as far as what we're putting into them, and that we'll see in the next week that we won't have to invest into 3M any longer, Chevron, or Pfizer. We'll kind of keep those positions where they are, and then we'll probably start to invest more capital into Chevron, possibly. We'll kind of see. I'll have to reevaluate, because I wouldn't mind putting more into Chevron. It's only at 630, so we could probably put another $270 into this one to kind of bump it into the equity of $900 range. So that is going to be it for today's video. I think it was a bit long, but I kind of want to go over how I look at my portfolio. These positions, I don't have to do too much additional background review of them, because I've already done a lot of that prior to investing in these companies. Now that I am invested in these companies for the long term, I can look at them, look at the opportunities that they present in this current environment, and how, what is my current plan going into these in the future? How much more capital do I want to invest towards them, and kind of make my way that way. So that is going to be it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy this video, definitely smash the thumbs up button below. If you have any comments or questions going over any stocks, dividends, personal finance, drop into the comment section below. And of course, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel and you made it all the way to the end, first of all, thank you very much, and subscribe to the channel for new upcoming videos. Thanks everyone. I will see you next time. Bye.